Hello and good morning, my name is Amber. My art handle is Meraki Painter. Happy Monday. Kind of weird to say happy Monday when I'm going to be talking about this, but today I'm making a tribute painting for Qinni art. You may or may not know her. Even if you don't, you may have seen her stuff. Here's like her most popular painting. We recently lost her on the 8th of February, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit more later. But I'm going to get into the artwork first and get that out of the way. Before she passed, she did want to make an art book, and that inspired the community to create a project to create one last art book for her. So some artists are going to make an artwork inspired by her. They'll end up creating a Kickstarter to be available for donations so that they can print the art book and mail it to her family and anyone who might want an art book as well. Any leftover money will end up going to her family and a cancer research institution. This won't be for a little bit ways down the road since she just recently passed, but that is like the goal. So I figured I'd help contribute to this, and the only way I know how to is to create art. And it's actually almost therapeutic in a way to be creating this art. Like whenever my mom passed, I created a video that had photos and videos of her, and it kind of does the same thing in the same sense that it just is therapeutic. And even if they don't use this picture or anything that I make, that's fine because I'm still getting the word out. And I know there's tons of artists that if they know me, they probably know her as well and would want to know about this project. So here it is. That's the information for it. They have an Instagram, and I'll link them below if you wanted to check it out. So of course in my drawing, or painting I should say, in my painting I had to do some red glowing yellow effect because she did that a lot in her artwork, and that's how whenever I think of her, I think of that, and I think of galaxies and space. So I made sure to include those two things, but still make it my own, of course. There's this video that she had shared before about her playing violin, and she even had said that she almost went into music. So you really know that like that was a big part of her life, and you could tell how much practice she has put into it. And that's why I decided to make and create this painting of her, and I actually used her as a reference to create this. Now I'm not that good at drawing people and making it look like them. I feel like I'm still learning different techniques, but I tried my very best to make it look like her. And I added some elements of the glowing, like I said before. I did music notes and the hair strings on her bow. I even included some design element in the background because I didn't want all that negative space, and I felt like something extra had to be included, which is pretty normal for me at this point. But I decided to do very long flowing waves of light all behind her. And one last thing that I added, and I actually forgot to do the red behind it at first, and I had to go back and redo it, but I also added a glowing yellow ribbon to her left hand, and that yellow ribbon is just to symbolize the cancer that she had just been diagnosed with. And the awareness ribbon, pretty much every cancer and disease has an awareness ribbon to go with it, and so I looked up the one she was diagnosed with, and it was yellow, and it kind of fit to the theme as well, so kind of worked out. But I decided to add that as a part of her because she was so sick for so long, and she had so many open heart surgeries, and she went through so much physically and mentally. I couldn't even imagine going through that, and it really was a part of her. It shows how strong she was as a person. Other than that, you can pretty much see what else I've created on this painting. Pretty self-explanatory, but I did fade her dress into space, so it's almost like she's one with the background, one with outer space. And it didn't come out perfect, and there were some areas where I didn't do the masking fluid right, so her arms had some purple on them, which I'm gonna go back and fix digitally. But overall, I think it was okay. I went a little bit heavy on the red, I will say that. Here's some of her art, and I couldn't even imagine getting to a place where I can create something like that. She was just so talented to be able to do that, and she made it seem so easy, like it just almost came natural to her. And at the end of this video, I'm gonna include her short film that she made because it is really beautiful and it just feels right. And I feel like some people might not even know that she created that, so I'm gonna add that in, and I'm gonna also put a clip of the video of where I got this reference of her. I also want you guys to see how beautiful her music was as well. I know that a lot of people I've been seeing are struggling with this, and because even though they might not have met this person, they still was so inspired by them. Like, she just make incredible artworks, and you feel connected to them, and she shared her life, and it's almost like you knew that person even though you didn't. So I know it could be hard for a lot of people. Just take care of yourself and give it some time. So I do thank you for joining me today, and sorry this video was a little bit sad and not as happy and upbeat, but I am happy I got to paint this painting as well. You can check out all the other artworks that artists have been making for her in this project, and if you don't know her, then I definitely suggest you at least go look at her artwork because it is pretty phenomenal. If you like my stuff, you'll definitely like her stuff as well. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. And until next time, bye.